Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, if you've ever dealt with bunion pain, there's a new solution you'll want to know about. It's called Lapiplasty. It's a modern, three-dimensional approach to bunion correction that offers better results and a faster recovery than traditional surgery. So joining us today is Dr. Erik Miller from LMHS Foot and Ankle, which is the only center of excellence in the region for this procedure. So, Dr. Miller, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. All right, so let's start with the basics. What actually is Lapiplasty?
So Lapiplasty is a surgical procedure where we correct the patient's bunion deformity in all three planes. It allows us to address the instability of the joint that's the root cause of the bunion deformity. It's actually behind the bunion where the joint is unstable here in this area, and that's where we address the deformity for realignment and correction. We use specialized surgical instrumentation that allows us to make precise cuts into the bone, and that is unique to everybody's individual anatomy for it. So it addresses that. And by addressing that, we provide the ability for long-term correction of the patient's bunion deformity.
Okay, so how is this different from traditional bunion surgery?
So traditional bunion surgery typically addresses the deformity through what's called an osteotomy, where they typically make a cut into the bone at this level to shift the bone over to correct the deformity. But it doesn't address the instability of the joint, and therefore it doesn't give you the ability for the long-term correction of the deformity that Lapiplasty allows you to have.
Okay, so what does the recovery look like then for this procedure?
Yes, so Lapiplasty is considered a minimal invasive surgical technique. So the incision is anywhere from 2 to 4 centimeters at most. So incision healing and swelling and discomfort after the surgery is a lot less. Initially, you're in a walking boot on your heel for about 2 weeks using crutches. After 2 weeks, then you're allowed to be in a walking boot for activities of daily living, things to get around throughout the day for 4 weeks. At a total of 6 weeks from the time of the surgery, if everything is well healed on x-ray with the bone, then they gradually transition from a boot back into a regular shoe.
Okay, doesn't sound too bad. So how do you know if you are an actual possible candidate for something like this?
Yeah, so basically it's a patient that has a bunion deformity, which is a prominence of the great toe joint area where it would cause them pain and discomfort in shoes that they wear, or affects their work or activities that they do throughout the day. If they're having issues with having increased pain and decreased function, then they may be a candidate for surgical correction.
Okay, so, you know, I understand that Lima Memorial Foot and Ankle Center is the only center of excellence in the area. So how is this distinction achieved?
Yes, so for us to be a center of excellence, the surgeon has to go to advanced surgical training courses for it and then have to perform at least 50 Lapiplasty procedures.
Okay.
For them to change the center of excellence.
Very nice, very nice. Well, so how can someone make an appointment with you?
Yes, so they're able to contact the office for a medical evaluation, and we're able to evaluate them and see if they're a surgical candidate for Lapiplasty.
Yeah, and that number that you could call is 419-998-8278. Well, doctor, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
All right, well, don't go away because we have more when we return.